A single bump and half the field is gone. At Talladega, the biggest wreck of the season didn't just happen, it was triggered. And now, Bubba Wallace is pointing straight at one man, Ross Chastain. But here's the twist. This might not be just about one driver. This could be a much bigger problem inside NASCAR itself. Lap 115, Wallace is leading. Clean air, control, momentum, then contact. Chastain gets into the back of Wallace's car. That slight push turns catastrophic. Wallace gets sideways, slams the wall, and suddenly the entire pack stacks up behind him. 26 cars gone. The red flag comes out. The field is decimated. Thankfully, no injuries, but the race is completely flipped upside down. And right after climbing out of the car, Wallace didn't hesitate. He wrecked me. Direct, no filter, no doubt who he thinks caused it. Talladega isn't just another race, it's controlled chaos. Drafting, inches apart, every move matters. One mistake, it multiplies instantly. And that's exactly what happened here. But this situation isn't happening in a vacuum. There's already been growing tension around how these races are being run, especially with NASCAR's Next Gen car. Drivers have been walking a tightrope all season. Push too little, you lose positions. Push too hard, you trigger disaster. Now, add this, Wallace and Chastain aren't strangers to aggressive racing. Chastain in particular has built a reputation for pushing the limits. Inside the garage, this kind of incident doesn't just fade away, it sticks. It builds tension. It changes how drivers race each other moving forward. And with the playoff picture tightening, every wreck like this carries serious consequences. Let's break this down beyond the surface. Yes, Chastain made contact, that part is clear. But the real question is, was this inevitable? Because multiple drivers, including Ryan Blaney and Joey Logano, are pointing to a deeper issue, the car itself. The next-gen car is fast, it's tight. It allows drivers to get closer than ever before. But that's the problem. When cars are packed this tightly, the margin for error disappears, and the rear of the car isn't stable under pressure. So when Chastain makes that push, even if it's routine in drafting, the car reacts unpredictably. It doesn't hold steady, it snaps. Think about it strategically. Drivers are being forced into a system where aggression is required to compete, but punished instantly if it's even slightly off. That creates a difficult cycle. You either stay conservative and fall behind, or push aggressively and risk taking out half the field. There's no middle ground from Chastain's perspective. This is how superspeedway racing works. You push, you advance. That's the system. But from Wallace's side, he's leading the race. He expects controlled, calculated drafting, not a hit strong enough to turn him into the wall. So is this bad judgment or a flawed system putting drivers in impossible situations? That's where this becomes complicated. Fans are split. One side is blaming Chastain, calling it reckless. The other side is pointing at NASCAR. They believe the issue goes beyond one moment and instead reflects a car that can't handle this style of racing. Even analysts are divided. Some call it a typical Talladega incident. Others see it as a warning sign. So what happens next? One possibility, NASCAR studies this closely. Adjustments come in the off-season, drivers adapt, and the racing becomes more stable. Another possibility, nothing changes. Drivers continue pushing because they have to. The instability remains, and we see more wrecks like this, potentially with more serious consequences. And one more factor to watch, Wallace and Chastain. The next time they're side by side, there may be more than just racing involved. So here's the question. Was this on Chastain, or is NASCAR putting drivers in a no-win situation? If this is considered normal racing, then we may see it happen again. Share your thoughts below, and for more race analysis like this, stay connected with SportsWire USA.